Your morning news now. President Trump is expected to sign an executive order on policing today, and the Senate Judiciary Committee will hold a hearing on police reforms, including restrictions on the use of chokeholds. It's part of a nationwide effort to review the use of force that follows the recent deaths of multiple black men and women around the country. The families of some people killed by police will also meet with President Trump before he signs the executive order. New this morning, the La Crosse Board of Education is discussing police reforms in our schools. At a late-night workshop, members discussed ways the district could better fund the police liaison program that is now 27 years old. The school board's school resource officer contract with the police department ends in June of 2021. The board president, Lori Cooper Stahl, says forming an SRO subcommittee and phasing out that contract is an option. The board has not made a decision yet on whether or not to form a committee, and will be holding another workshop next Monday. The Supreme Court made a historic ruling yesterday that the Civil Rights Act of 1964 protects employees from being fired for being gay or transgender. Before the 6-3 decision, only 22 states outlawed employment discrimination based on sexual orientation and/or gender identity. It will have a big impact for the estimated 8.1 million LGBTQ workers across the country.
We're looking at a fairly mild morning across the region. 50 though at Volk Field for the cool spot, 57 in Black River Falls, 64 in Sparta, 67 in La Crosse. The good news, dew points remain quite low for this time of year, upper 40s to around 50 degrees. So very pleasant air mass in place.
La Crosse County is reporting 7 new cases of COVID-19, and health officials say they are seeing a trend. The county's total now stands at 132 confirmed cases, and a number of these cases involve people in their 20s who have visited bars, restaurants, and beaches. Officials say anyone who visited one of these 6 bars in downtown La Crosse, Pettibone Beach and Blue Moon in Onalaska between June 5th and 7th was likely exposed to COVID-19. Anyone that visited those locations is asked to complete a form on the La Crosse County's COVID-19 page. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater La Crosse are now starting to reopen. Initially, only locations not based at local schools are reopening. The clubs are open for kids in kindergarten up through 5th grade, and activities will only happen in small groups to limit interactions with others. Club members and staff will be required to go through a screening process that will include temperature checks, and a deep cleaning of facilities will take place on Fridays. Starting today, a 2-day blood drive will help support healthcare facilities in our area. The drive starts at 8:30 in the morning at the Radisson Center in downtown La Crosse. Donors are urgently needed as COVID-19 continues to impact blood supply. Along with the donations, you can also drop off thank you cards that will be delivered to local healthcare workers. And starting this morning, George Street's northbound lane between Rubley and North Streets will be temporarily closed for repairs. Two-way traffic will be directed to the southbound lane with a speed reduction to 15 miles per hour in both directions. The repairs are scheduled to wrap up on Thursday. With 4th of July fireworks canceled, many of you might go out and buy your own, but there's some things that the La Crosse Fire Department wants people to keep in mind before picking them up. Under Wisconsin law, it's illegal to possess or use fireworks that explode or leave the ground without a permit. Stationary or spinning fireworks like sparklers, caps, and cones are allowed, and it's also important to remember that fireworks can cause injuries. They can also start a fire.
Lots of sunshine right now, and again, a comfortable morning with temperatures in the 50s and 60s. A little bit warmer today, 85, and we'll be in the upper 80s to near 90 tomorrow and Thursday. Looks like our next rain chances will hold off until later Thursday or Thursday night.
Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We hope you have a great day. We'll look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow morning.